Hello, this is Jeff Bird with the Encouragement Corner. And I had a thought I'd like to share with you today. And this is something very profound that hit me recently. And it's about acceptance. And what I've come to realize is, early on, I can remember from about 4 years old, uh, not feeling accepted. And this was something, this was just a small little thing, I'm sure, to the other people, my parents at the time, but it came across as just it felt like a complete rejection and a lack of acceptance. And what I've come to realize is though that was not visible in a lot of situations, that informed most of, if not all, of my thoughts and decisions in the rest of life, how I've handled things. I mean, even down to my hobbies. I was remembering the other day, I'd be out on a boat in the Gulf Stream looking for birds, and uh, I remember several times I was the first to see and find the white-tailed tropic bird that had dropped in on the boat. They fly really high, and then they see a boat, and they just kind of drop in on it, so you don't see them coming. And I knew that they did that, so I would constantly look up, see if a tropic bird was there, and several times there was one. And so I remember the joy of calling it out, going, "Oh, wow, white-tailed tropic bird," and everybody, and it's a cool bird in and of itself, but everybody would look, and everybody appreciated that. And so there are lots of different moments but that was my goal in life, was to try to undo that sense of not being accepted and appreciated. And it just, like I said, it just informed all of my decisions, all of my thoughts throughout life. And the other day I came to the thought based on the verse in Ephesians 1:6. And it says about God that he has made us accepted in the beloved, talking about Jesus. And the image that came to mind recently was I thought about going into a house and somebody has a brand new white carpet and I've got my muddy work boots on. And I thought, that just doesn't fit. That's like me coming into a perfect realm, a perfect heavenly realm. And God's not going to let your dirty work boots in on his perfect white carpet. So what he does is he completely cleanses that. He cleanses that. Jesus takes all that ugliness, all of that wrong, he takes it out of the way. He dies for it. He pays the ultimate price for it. And as a result, you've just been given a completely perfect standing. You got absolutely clean shoes to wear across the white carpet, or no shoes at all. But it's absolutely clean. There's no chance of dirtying it. He takes your record, your blemished record, and you get his perfect record. And I've come to realize that I can't think my way into that, and I can't feel my way into that. I can't ever do enough to feel worthy of that. I used to do that. It was very religious for a long time. Tried to do enough. Couldn't say yes to enough things until I got utterly burned out. Uh, and it's not something I can live up to. It's just something that is true. That's why it says over and over and over again, believe. Whoever believes in him, Jesus said to Nicodemus, will not perish but have eternal life. Believe and love. Those are the only two commandments. The first is believe, and as we believe and as we receive that kind of love and acceptance, then we become more loving and accepting of other people, even those who are very different from us. And we start to see people, no matter what their behavior is, with a crown or a tiara on their head. They're the kings and the queens that God made in this earth, as well as so are you. When you look in the mirror, it's important to see that. It changes things. But you are accepted. I am accepted. Those things that happened whenever they happened, I think every one of us have struggled with acceptance at some point. We feel like we're not fast enough, smart enough, pretty enough, rich enough, popular enough, whatever. We feel like we're not enough. And for somebody, we've not been enough. They demanded more, but who were they to tell us who we are? Right? Just because they didn't accept us doesn't mean we're not acceptable, because God has the final say, and he says, hey, you're completely acceptable. I see you as utterly acceptable. I've taken away anything that wasn't acceptable, and that's gone. And now you're completely acceptable, and I completely welcome you. Open arms. I just completely welcome you and completely embrace you and completely love you. So you are accepted. So that's my recent thought that just keeps coming back to mind, and I'm just kind of living in that now, and really glad about it. It's a wonderful place to be. So I invite you to join me in living in that space and to enter into the acceptance that God's freely given you in the beloved Jesus. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a great day and enjoy your acceptance, and I'll see you next time.